Okay, day 103, part 6. It's windy, so I apologize for that. I'm outside broadcasting just like Fox News. So Leidos, L-E-I-D-O-S, L-E-I-D-O-S, L-E-I-D-O-S. Leidos Shuffle is what I think of. Boz Skaggs out of San Francisco, Leidos Shuffle. So this is the private company that's doing border security. It's a division of SAIC. SAIC is a big defense contractor, big in San Diego. I've been to their offices in San Diego. So Leidos is a spinoff. Is it an FBI spinoff? Could it possibly somehow involve the Clotworthys? Could it somehow involve the Clotworthys? If Clotworthys versus Krupniks wasn't funny enough, could it somehow, the Leidos, be yet another public-private partnership that they're involved in? Well, let's check it out. Let's check it out. So, if you don't remember Alex, he was the Russian guy everybody thought was a spy working on a maritime data awareness application out of Fort Lewis. He was trying to do the right thing. He said, hey, this thing doesn't work. He was the whistleblower. What happened? The FBI, Andy McCabe, the Mueller-McCabe-McConnell monopoly went after him with a reckless vengeance to destroy his life. I won't go through all the stuff that happened to him, but it's very much like the Robin Gritz situation. Very much like my situation, very much like Task Force's situation. Similar, somewhat, not quite as bad with Thomas Paine. This... Then we find now that maybe the Tsarnaev brothers of Boston bombing fame are not at all from Chechnya. They're actually from Kazakhstan as well. They may also be related to Saipov, the guy who ran the people down in Chelsea with the truck. The Saipov trucker that Trump cited with 25 chain migrations, but he neglected to say that he owned all these trucking companies all over the United States, and the people that they brought in, supposedly under minority contracts, supposedly under set-aside contracts, supposedly under 8A contracts for people that actually grew up here in the ghetto that are trying to make themselves better. No, they gave those to people that came in, like the Krupniks, for instance, to create opportunities for them and self-dealing for themselves, okay? So look for Leidos. Again, somehow we're in, Scott is in North Korea with the UNHA-3 rocket standing right next to it with a big picture. If the Tsarnaevs are involved with a trucking line and managing and enforcing a trucking line, and it turns out to be drugs and it turns out to be uranium, what we really have to do is have a national introspection about if these 10,000 different sealed indictments are really 10,000 truckers that got hired off of illegal EB-5 visas and then MS-13 people loading and unloading in the middle of the night over at DLA, Fort Belvoir, we really need to look at and say, what are we doing? This thing is, it's almost like having a bad idea, but then saying, I'm not, it's like going down the wrong road in exactly the opposite direction and saying, I don't want to change my mind, I'm going to drive to California. We have to stop the car, get out and look at a map. We really need to orient ourselves when you start looking at bringing in all these operatives to do all these crazy color of law operations, killing all these people, creating all this crime, and then coming back later and then saying how they're being attacked for running drugs, running uranium, running guns. What is going on? This is, Iran-Contra really does look like a Snickers bar, like Sean Hannity said at this point, compared to Uranium One. The biggest story of our time is not just the corruption in the FBI, it's the bigger story of pay to play, Uranium One.